So talking about the things you like doesn't seem that challenging, does it? But then you realize that you have to choose between me gusta and me gustan. Hi guys, I'm Daniela from Tell Me in Spanish, and I'm here to help you become fluent in this language. So, as I was saying, talking about the things you like in Spanish is a little bit challenging because you actually have to choose between me gusta and me gustan. So stick around in this video because on top of explaining you when and how to use these structures, I'm going to give you a little challenge to make sure that you understand these concepts, and I'm also going to give you some resources so you can go deeper into this topic. So let's start with me gusta. As you can see, me gusta is singular, and even though this sounds a little bit chaotic, me gusta actually follows a coherent system. You're going to use this singular structure with singular stuff. And that is an infinitive verb if you're talking about an activity that you like to do, or singular things, singular objects. Let me give you an example. Well, a few examples actually. Me gusta leer y dormir. I like to read and sleep. And check that here you have two verbs, but because they are infinitives and they always have to be infinitives, you can use the singular form me gusta, okay? No matter how many activities you mention, you always are going to use me gusta. And then you have me gusta el chocolate blanco. I like white chocolate. Seriously? But anyway. And this one over here is a special. Le gusta Game of Thrones. Check that in here I changed the indirect object pronoun. Me gusta is formed with indirect object pronouns. And when you're using me, you're talking about the things that you like. However, if you change that pronoun for another one, just like example number 3, le, you're talking about the things that someone else likes. In this case, me. Le gusta, a ella le gusta Juego de Tronos. Sorry, a ella le gusta Game of Thrones. Let's go with me gustan. Me gustan is a little bit easier because it only works with plural nouns. Check that the ending is plural. So remember, Spanish might be challenging, but it has some coherence. So plural with plural. And over here, just so you remember, I have these beautiful flowers. And in this case, you are going to use a determiner to specify what things are you talking about. For example, me gustan tus aretes. I like your earrings. No me gustan los verbos como gustar. I don't like verbs like gustar. Good luck with that because we have so many of them in Spanish. And the third example, I'm switching the indirect object pronouns just so you can see that you can use this structure for other people as well. A nosotros nos gustan las películas de terror. We like horror movies. So now that you understand that me gustan works with plural, and me gusta work with infinitive verbs and singular nouns, I'm going to give you a few tips that you can use to sound a little bit more natural. So even though grammar books teach you that this is the order, in reality, in Spanish, we switch things around, okay? You can inverse the elements and say something like, las películas de terror me gustan. El chocolate blanco me gusta. And it's the same rule. Plural with plural, singular with singular. Okay? You're just moving elements around in your sentence. You're not changing the rules though. Another thing that you can do is add a prepositional pronoun. A mí me gusta. A mí me gustan tus aretes. And what this little thing does is just to add some emphasis to your sentence or to clarify that you're talking about certain person. In this case, me. So now that you have the foundations ready, I'm going to throw you a curveball. Well, it's not me, it's actually Spanish, but I'm just going to show it to you. So if me gustan works with plural and me gusta works with singular, why do we say things like me gustas tú, I like you? And by the way, you want to be careful with this one because you are going to use it only if you want to express that you like someone, okay? Like romantically or physically. So why do we say something like me gustas if we already say me gustan or me gusta? This is the key with verbs like gustar. Gustar is an affective verb, which simply means that you're conjugating it based on the thing that is causing a feeling or a reaction on you. Let me show you. Over here you have these beautiful flowers, and there are many flowers. It's not just one. There are like multiple flowers over there. So because you're talking about a plural thing, your conjugation needs to be plural. The same thing happens over here if you're talking about this delicious cup of coffee. It's just one cup of coffee, so your conjugation needs to be singular. In this case, you're talking to a handsome boy or a beautiful girl and you're addressing them. They are the object. Because of that, the verb must be conjugated based on them. I like you. Me gustas. Tú me gustas. Okay? So that's the key with these verbs. Just conjugate it based on the thing that you like. And usually these are the conjugations that you're going to use. This one is just for romantic purposes. So now that you understand the differences between these structures, let's go to the challenge. So I'm going to give you a couple of sentences with a blank space that you're going to fill based on the things that I explained to you. Number 1, a mí, blank, las frutas. Number 2, oye Diana, tú, blank space, a David. Number 3, a mí, blank, los dulces. Number 4, no, blank, las películas de terror. And finally, number 5, a nosotros, blank, ver televisión. Leave me your answers in the comments, and if I need to, I'm going to make some corrections. So now I'm going to give you some resources so you can pair them with this topic and you can finally master these two structures. The first one is a guide on how to conjugate Gustar, because even though we use present tense here, in reality you are going to use it to different tenses. So in this guide you're going to learn how to do that. The second one is a guide to indirect object pronouns. Indirect object pronouns work all the time with verbs like gustar, so you need to get familiar with those pronouns. So number 3 is going to be a guide with verbs like gustar. Like I told you before, this is not the only verb that behaves like this. There are other verbs in Spanish that follow the same pattern, so in this guide you're going to learn which verbs are those. Number 4 is a guide to determiners. The verb gustar works a lot with this type of words, so in this guide you're going to find out which words you can use with this verb. And number 5 is a video on how to use yo también and a mí también. I know it seems totally unrelated, but in reality, one of these structures, you're going to use it to show agreement when somebody says me gusta something. So go watch that video so you know what to respond in that case. So that's it for today, guys. If you like the video, si te gustó el video, you see what I did there? Please hit the like button, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!